All right, who's ready for some weather for Weather Geeks? We're going to geek out to the short-term forecast, the long-term stuff as well. This video we like to take a look at what you can't get elsewhere. In other words, beyond the 7-day forecast, what is coming our way as we head towards the end of May. We'll get to that, but first a little review of today. Our high temperature forecast today was 59. We were a degree off from that, so we get a check mark for the day, and that makes 5 days in a row of accurate forecasts here in the 2-degree guarantee. It was below average today, though. It should still be in the upper 60s to around 70 at this time of the year. Where do you need to go to find the warmth? Canada, of course. Where else? It's well into the 70s in a lot of the prairies of Canada yet again. It's been a warm May out there, while the Great Lakes region, the Northeast, the Mid-Atlantic states have all had a cooler than average month of May so far. Today we had a little bit of rain from time to time, and I mean a little bit. It didn't do much more than sprinkle in some spots. But expecting for the rest of the evening pretty benign weather before this band of rain starts to traverse the state, and that will lead to another round of pretty light rain again later tonight into tomorrow morning. Here's our high-resolution futurecast starting at 11 tonight. That light rain approaching, running into some dry air, so trying to fizzle a little bit. As we go towards daybreak tomorrow, when a lot of people are getting up for work and school, I think it can be raining a little bit at the start of the day, particularly from, say, Interstate 80 on south. But, again, much like today, any rain would be pretty light. And then this will get out of here by about midday, and then I think the sun tries to come out by tomorrow afternoon. So as we break down our rain chances tomorrow morning, an average of 40% right around school bus time. Odds are a little higher, maybe in Columbiana County, and a little lower up in northern Mercer, northern Trumbull. So a good average for our viewing area, about 40% to start the day, and then those chances of rain taper back to 0 by about lunchtime. It'll turn out to be a pretty nice afternoon tomorrow. Although another cool day, if you look carefully, you can see our wind streamlines here out of the northeast, off the chilly waters of Lake Ontario and Lake Erie. And so while it will be a pleasant afternoon tomorrow, it's not going to be a real warm one. We'll still be below average with that northeast wind, but an increase in sunshine nonetheless tomorrow afternoon. All right, as we head into the day, Thursday, I think there'll be some fair weather cumulus clouds around, but otherwise good-looking day as high pressure scoots across. We should be crystal clear then for Thursday night and most of Friday, although by Friday afternoon I think some of these high clouds start to come in from the south and west. This is the next system. It's going to track towards the east coast at the start of the weekend. And the big question for our forecast is, does that system have much of an impact on our weather? Of course, it's a Saturday in May. There's a lot going on for people outdoors, and everybody at this time of the year wants to know how's the weather going to be for the weekend. Well, here's the latest GFS model for midday on Saturday. There's been a trend today in the modeling that's been a little bit farther south with the moisture and also a little faster with it for our area. If taken literally, the GFS would suggest there's probably some steady rain briefly in the morning. Then the afternoon, kind of cloudy but uneventful. That's the way the latest modeling looks. Now, there's still plenty of time between now and Saturday for this to make some adjustments, but as of right now, I do not think Saturday's a washout. I think the best chance for steady rain is in the morning. How much of the afternoon is dry, not sure yet, but I do think the afternoon is drier than the morning. It won't be a real warm day Saturday, probably not much better than the middle and upper 60s, probably near or a little bit below average. But better news in the longer range, and we've been talking about this for a while, the pattern across the lower 48 states is going to start to change. Here's the current pattern. You can pick out the general features here. Here's a closed low down over the southwest, ridging over the northwest, trough of low pressure with the cooler weather poking through the Great Lakes and into the northeast, and here's your ridge bringing the warm weather up across the Canadian prairies. So we go through time, watch how this evolves. A ridge is going to start popping up across the middle of the country, while the east coast and the west coast will be under deep troughs. This is the end of the weekend. And underneath this ridge that's poking up across the middle of the country, the warmth is going to build. We're not in it yet by the end of the weekend. Sunday's still a nice day, but we're not in the heart of the warmth just yet. But notice as we head towards the middle of next week, that's going to start shifting east. And the models are advertising just a crummy week again for places like Boston, Philadelphia, New York City, D.C. It's been a cruddy May over there. And the models are showing this cutoff low, bringing more lousy weather to them. But what's bad news for them is good news for us. Stormy, unsettled weather out here. Stormy on the East Coast means there's a slice of nice in between. And if everything works out all right, about a week from right now, we should be in pretty good shape. Sunshine, temperatures well into the 70s. Now, if this closed low off the East Coast decides to meander maybe 100 miles west than what is shown right now, then this won't work out as nice. So it's by no means a guarantee that we're going to have a few days of 70s and sunny weather next week, but it's on the table that certainly is a possibility. So based on what the most likely scenario is, here's the next 10 days as far as the temperature trend. Notice we start the weekend below average. By Sunday, we're back up to near or a little above average. And then next week, again, under the premise that East Coast low stays out of our hair, we should be in the warmth for a change consistently during the middle and latter portions of next week. We might even flirt with, 80 once or twice before next week is through. So stay tuned on the extended forecast. Those things are always subject to change, but right now I'm thinking it's likely that we're going to have a period of pretty nice weather for next week. Just a reminder, if you have not yet, download our Storm Tracker 21 weather app. It's free in the Apple App Store or in the Google Play Store. All sorts of great stuff on there, including videos just like this. We send out alerts once or twice, maybe a few times a day, to your mobile device. Hey, this video is online, or hey, my weather blog has been updated. Things like that. In severe weather, we'll send out those notifications with more frequency. Interactive radar, you can plot up the lightning. Links to my blog, 7-day forecast. The hour-by-hour forecast is really nice because that's something, just like all the forecasting information on the app, that's something we're manually putting in, that hour-by-hour forecast. That is not just computer model junk like on a lot of other weather apps. All right, I've rambled long enough. Thanks for watching Weather for Weather Geeks. I'll see you back here tomorrow evening, and if you're up late tonight, be sure to check out my forecast on 21 News at 11.